Alright, surprise, surprise. I don't even know what I'm doing this on. I just started. I'm just gonna start this. I have an idea, but if I look like crap, it's because for several days now I've had a pretty bad cold. And I've done the Dayquil, the NyQuil, the orange juice, the soup, name it. Here we go. Those of you who know Tool know what is this. Those of you who know Tool know what this is. Those of you who don't are like, what the hell are you listening to? Anyway, listen, alright. I know all the time I'm on here and I'm drinking and blah 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 blah, but I've got a serious topic for you guys today. I guess. I don't know. I don't even know how I'm going to describe this, to be honest with you. I'm just going to, you know what? I've had spiritual experiences in my life. I'm not joking about that. Two that I can count. Two that I can, I don't know, I guess quantify is the wrong word because you can't really prove something like that, but it's a feeling that you get. And the reason I'm playing Tool in the background is because one of those spiritual experiences came at the hand of listening to a song called Reflection. It's off of Lateralis. It's one of the later songs, you know. It's, I wouldn't say popular. I mean, it's definitely not, like, you know, Sober is probably one of the most popular Tool songs ever written. Schism probably backs that one up. And I would even say Parabola got a lot of airtime. But I don't know. Wow, this thing is really choppy today. It's going to continue to be choppy. I might start over. Is it recording choppy like this? Anyway, moving on. When I was in high school, I had a chance to kind of, I don't know, just, I don't even know how to explain it, but I got a moment of clarity, kind of sitting there in my room, and it was weird, it's strange too, because having a spiritual experience, it's like one of those things that you can search for, but probably never find, but it finds you in the most awkward of circumstances. I was just on my knees in my room, and I think I was praying. I may have been listening to music. I honestly can't remember. It was a long time ago. Talking about 27 years ago or something like that. But I can still remember that it was like a light. It was like light. It was light. It's like it was light passing through me. Moment of clarity, a calamity, serenity, all kind of wrapped up into one of those things where you're just cool with it all, you know. That's an understatement. There's no way that you can put moments like a good spiritual experience is not something that you can put into words. But I'm obviously trying, just because it's a deep, profound thing that happens to you, where you just, you know, like I said, it's hard to describe, but you know, in that moment, you feel it is a lot about being in the moment, just because I feel like if you're projecting towards tomorrow, worrying about yesterday, all those things kind of bog you down from enjoying one moment, one now. And you know, I gotta preface this, okay, guys? Listen, number one, I'm flawed, very flawed. Cheers. And by the way, this is my first sip of alcohol, so I wanted to get it off on a little riff before you guys thought this guy's just wasted. No, it's not. That was my first sip, so I'm not just wasted talking about this. I just wanted to talk about it only because it kind of coincided with I have no idea why I brought it up. But it maybe it's because I've been sick for the last couple of days, and for some reason I'm just having this fogginess, this serious fogginess in my head, but the thing that it's doing is it's making me think very, very simply, which is a blessing, believe it or not, because the majority of the time my mind is, it's like the Indy 500. It's just going. It's just going. There's people racing with each other. There's people crashing off to the side and everything like that. And, some trying to pit stop, and the pit stop is madness. Somebody lost a wrench. They can't change the tires. Maybe that's not a good analogy. Listen, what I was trying to say before when I gave you my little cheers is that I'm not a perfect person. I am a spiritual person, but I'm not an expert. I'm not the guy that's read all the disciplines and sought out, multiple moments of peace and tranquility and read numerous amounts of books on philosophy and and everything like that. No, I'm just a guy, man. I'm just the guy. I'm the guy that fixes stuff. So when I talk about spirituality, I can't talk about it with any kind of authority because I don't have too many shared experiences as far as how many people out there have had the same experience I have had, or whether or not they could possibly have the same experience I have. Maybe everybody's spiritual experience is their own. It could just be, this is your thing. Your own little personal thing. And I kind of feel that way about everybody's own higher power or their version of what God is. I think most people believe there's a higher purpose, higher something going on out there. That I never want to be the kind of person that sits in judgment on what works for you. If it works for you, it works for you. It may not be for me, but it may not be for the next person. But if it's working for you, then God bless. As long as you're believing in something good and noble, go forth and believe what you got to believe in. But my spiritual experience, the second one was the one that kind of hit me because I was driving while it happened, and it's just an odd place. It's just an incredibly odd place for a spiritual experience to take place. But it didn't take away from my driving ability. I was still in the moment. But for some reason, I was listening to that song Reflection, and the lyrics on that were like, just, there's a line in Reflection that says, just let the light touch you and let the words spill through, just let them pass right through, bringing out our hope and reason. And for some reason, when he said, let the words spill through, it just kind of it touched a thing. It touched me in the back of the neck, and there was kind of like a fuzziness going on, and it was just almost a vibrating sensation that kind of just went all over my entire being from top to bottom. And I recognized it because I had experienced a spiritual experience before, so it had been a long time. I mean, it had been a long while. This hadn't happened recently, by the way. This last one happened probably about 2 years ago or something like that. Listen, I know what I'm saying is fucking out there. You know me in my videos, normally they're just about this or that and the simple things in life and everything, and I'm for the most part a simple guy, but I'm telling you, this is just something that happened, and I can't deny that it was a profound experience. I can't deny that it was a profound experience. And do I spend time interpreting it? No, because it was a moment, and I consider myself lucky to have had 2 spiritual experiences in my life like that, and they were profound experiences, and they don't last long because we have brains. They have brains that just keep on moving, and they keep on moving, and it's so hard to just be in one moment and enjoy one little simple thing because our minds are just continually churning, when we're on one task, we're thinking about the next task. We're hardly ever are we truly in one freaking moment and just being there and trying to experience it and just kind of living in that moment. But such as it is, the song kind of triggered that in me, and I was like, I recommend that if you ever listen to that song, memorize the lyrics and then listen to the song, close your eyes, and breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, or do whatever, or find something that means something to you. I recommend it just because I've only had 2 of them, but they're so beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful experience. Um, Guys, I got nothing else to tell you. I wanted to share that with you only because I don't know why I was thinking about it today. I was thinking about it. Oh, I was thinking about it today because I was, I was in, I was, I've just been sick because I've been got a cold. It's just it's a pretty bad cold, but the last couple of days my brain has been completely foggy. So I've only been able to interpret one thing that somebody's saying at a time. So if somebody's coming at me and they're like they've got several different problems or something like that, normally I can take it all in and be like, okay, I'm gonna put this here, put this here, put this here. But for some reason, the last couple of days I've been at work, and the only thing that I can do is like, okay, give me just one thing at a time. Okay, I've got that problem. Let me go deal with that problem, and then I'm gonna move on to the next problem. So it's kind of simplified everything. And it's been relaxing. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, even though it sucks having a cold and my throat is sore and my nose, I'm sure that's going to be the next thing that stops up. Uh, it's been kind of a cool thing to just take one thing at a time, and I I don't know why. I just wanted to share that with you guys. But maybe you all have had your own spiritual experiences or whatever you want to call them. It doesn't have to be a spiritual experience. It could be just I don't know, feeling of serenity, something that just lets you be who you are in one moment. I don't even know what it is. Like I said, it's the worst thing to describe in the whole entire universe because um, it's such a beautiful experience that by putting words to it, it almost cheapens it a little bit, you know. But I wanted to share for whatever reason. For some reason, I was driving in my car today on the way back from the grocery store, simple mundane task, and I thought, maybe I should share, you know, this stupid stuff with people, and kick the tires a little bit. But anyway, for what it's worth. Uh, do something good for yourself. Do something good for somebody else. I keep on ending my videos with that because I want to try to end my videos on a positive note. But my main reason is that um, I want you all to love yourself because I think that by loving yourself, you will fill the world with love. People notice that shit. The right kind of love. All right, peace.